Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our DKWS session, Enlightenment Through Meditation, Self-Awareness Part 2 session. When we did this session last time, we got some requests that if we could get deeper or go deeper into the subject matter, and we decided to do the Part 2 session. So first of all, as always, I would like to thank you for joining the session. I would like to thank all those figures, all those minds, all those bodies who have decided to sit in front of the computer to watch the session. And I would like to thank all of those who have decided to come here to enjoy the company of truth. Because self-awareness means that we are getting closer to our own truth. Truth is something that is very difficult to say that this is the truth. The truth can go. The truth can go to any level where we want it to be, because the truth can be so detailed and so much dependent on one's own perspective. What could be very truthful for me could not be truthful for somebody else. So when we get to the truth within ourselves, that goes directly into the awareness, the level of awareness. That doesn't necessarily go into the mind or intellect, because generally speaking, mind intellect is something that is very calculative, that's very analytical, and that goes towards finding out what is in our own interest. Generally speaking, that's how mind does it. When it comes to the awareness, awareness is such a feeling that it wants to give. And within that giving, it feels happy about it, So it's very different. One is calculative, one is totally feelings. What is a feeling? Sometimes we go, don't feel. Feel means it is your heart, and heart cannot think, and this. Number one, when we talk about the heart, it's not the biological heart or the heart I'm wearing for that matter. It is the heart is the conscious entity. I can move all my fingers, you have pressed the buttons, I can, make a itch here or a itch there, and I will be very precise. If I have to scratch this side, I won't go and scratch here. It's so precise. Consciousness is so precise. So the difference between the intellect or mind and the awareness is that awareness runs by feelings. How do the feelings come? Feelings, because when you go into the deeper, even into our own bodies, we will realize that, we see a body is made up of organs are made up of tissues are made up of cells have microcellular organisms, subcellular organs. Within that we have the DNAs and the RNAs, and within those we have the molecules. Within them we have the electrons and protons which are moving. By moving, they are giving certain level of resonance to that organ. So that organ is running at that resonance. Mind is working as mind, it's not, or the brain is working as brain and not as heart. So because each tissue structure is different and the resonance are different. So when the energy is flowing and the tissues are running at their own frequencies, we have a certain level of resonance or the aura all around it. That's the level of awareness. If you go to an enlightened person, the energy is so free flowing because there is no stress, there is no depression. They are completely merged into the ocean of happiness or awareness within them, that this aura becomes huge. Whereas at the level of mind and intellect, we become constricted. So constricted that our energies don't flow that well. When they don't, they become smaller and smaller, so our aura becomes very small. When it is very small, then we cannot go the way, we cannot feel the way the enlightened person can feel, or the higher level of awareness. Awareness is never right or wrong. Awareness is what it is. It is different from intellect. Like I mentioned, intellect will always be calculated, will always try to see what is in my best interest, whereas awareness, it goes from intellect to the heart, to the absorbing, to the giving mode. When you go to different classes to increase your self awareness, there, the first we walk in with the mind. We want to see how is the teacher, how is the class, how much money we are spending, what are we going to get out of it. But at the same time, when we are reviewing some things, we feel, I know this, I know this, I know this, and I know this. So I don't know if it is benefiting me or no. And rightfully so, it could be true. But sometimes we do end up in somewhere where whatever we are hearing, we can take it to ourselves. There are many steps to it. First, we need to get there. We need to like what they are saying. Intellectually, we analyze it, but we find value in it. Then we start to apply it on ourselves. When we apply it on ourselves, what happens? It gives us some sort of results. Those results could be very beneficial for us. When they are beneficial for us, we like them, we want to repeat them. As we repeat them more and more, we find a different experience each time. Cumulatively, this experience starts to grow up and higher and higher. And as it does get higher, we start to feel good about it. That good word cannot be put in terms like, it weighs, that good word weighs 1 kilogram, 2 pounds, 5 pounds. It's not like that. It's a feeling. When you feel good, when you like something from the heart, you feel excited, you feel good. At that time, the awareness is higher. You are connected to the universe within you, and you relate to that. When you are out of it, and we are working at the level of mind, then it is only the mind which is calculating, trying to see the benefits, goods, bads, should I not, and therefore the awareness part stays dry. Awareness and the intellect part is just like fish and the camel. Fish is in the water, only recognize water, can only live in water. Whereas the other one, the camel, can only live in desert. Regardless how much you explain to them each other's characteristics or whatever, but they cannot. One has to lose its existence to become the other. So when you are intellectual, you cannot be into the awareness mode. Not that you learn from it and your experience gets high and all that, but still under the operation of mind. Whereas awareness is something that you enjoy, you like, you spread. Loving someone, tell them how much you love. 1 pound love I give you. I haven't heard something like that. So I heard from someone an expression which I will share now, that as a scientist I may know that apple has so much calcium, so much potassium, so much this and so much that, but I have never tasted apple. I don't know how it is. I have heard it is sweet, but I have no idea. Whereas somebody who has no clue about how much calcium, how much potassium, how much iron, he comes, looks at the apple, plucks it, enjoys it. It's really juicy and he's getting a kick out of it. Eats it all, throws the seeds and all, and walks away. That's the difference. His awareness, how an apple feels when you eat it, he can explain to you how to bite it and how much juice comes out as compared to the person who has never put his teeth into an apple. can only tell you this much percent, but it is a dry expression. It's not wet. There is no life in it. When it gets to the life, that's what we call the awareness, which is within us. As I said, awareness is so available to us, it is always there, but depends on what level we are standing. For example, we have been given this awareness, everybody universally. There was whoever made the universe did not differentiate if they gave me more awareness in terms of treasure and somebody else less. No. Everybody has been given the same. We are all breathing the same way. The eyes have purpose for everyone the same way. With the fingers, we do the same thing. Mind analyzes the same way. The difference is how much we have found. That's where the free will also comes into play, just like a room. If the room is dark and you are within the room and there is no light and you are trying to walk in that room, it's all dark. You will fall. Or if there was a little, bug or something might bite you because there is no light. That is, you might say intellectually, I know my room has door over here, this over there, and I should walk like that or this, but you never know because it's dark. But the first thing when you do and you walk towards the light and turn it on, boom, there is light. Now, we have all been given the room and we have all been given the treasure. But when we turn on the light or we try to turn on the light, number one, do we try and do we do it? After we have done it, depends where the light bulb is. If we put too much stuff in front of it, we won't be able to see it. So we are still in dark. And every person, depending on the how much things do they have, how much dark the room is, it will differ. It will be totally different for each individual. Not necessarily mean that it is right or it is wrong, it is bad or it is good. It's just like a tree. The tree has different fruits on it. Some are big, some are short, some are small, some are eaten, some are torn apart, some are enjoying the top, some are really at the bottom, but they are only happy when we go and get them. Because as soon as we eat them, they like it because we use them. The tree is happy, we are happy, and everything works well because when we eat them, it's all recycling. We understand at the level of awareness what we have eaten, how we have enjoyed. Once we are happy, we will share it. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's where the awareness part comes. Whereas the intellect or mind, as I mentioned earlier, is always going to be in the analyzing mode. It is looking for its own benefits. Should I go to an awareness class? Why should I go? What would I go? What would I get? And if I get it, would I utilize? Would I truly get the benefit? Then we are not going in that direction. Because as the awareness grows, there is a feeling that starts to come into sharing. Once I go to a class, I like it, I tell my friend, hey, let's go. Then we learn more. We feel good. We try those things. Our experience increases. We go, okay, now we are 4. Then we try to do more and more of it and grow within ourselves. How do we know that our awareness is increasing? That's another question that comes. How do I know? I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Maybe it's not making any difference. Well, awareness is something that when you do it repeatedly, you start feeling better, and it's such a thing that automatically it opens the more and more treasure. Because awareness is under a law that is universal law of love. Mind and intellect operates under a different law. In that law, we do action and reaction. That is how it works. So when we start moving from action and reaction to arena of distribution or sharing or enjoyment or happiness or caring or love, there is a part of us that opens within us. all those doors, all those treasures that are within us, they start to manifest themselves. If you ask me how does it happen, it is just the how the law has been placed. Like we all know, if you give somebody something, and especially they are in need, and you give it at the at your heart level, you just do it, that result will come to you back. That's not if you like it, you want it, I want it sooner. It doesn't matter. Actually, if you start liking, saying, I want it back, you are getting out of the law of that awareness or the universal law. Now you are getting into mind, I did it, I should get it back. Then your law is different. So as soon as we start doing and enjoying our inside, and we start to share, these doors keep opening for us. They open bigger and bigger, and we start to see ourselves where we stand. And if we like where we stand and we want to grow any further, we just need to keep doing those things, and it will open within our own self. Really speaking, when we get from mind shifted to awareness, the things, the universe, because universe is giving. When we start into that mode, we have become a communion with universe, and that's nature is to give. Once we become into giving and it starts to revolve and coming back to us, the whole thing becomes bigger, and we realize where we are standing. When we go back and look where the mind is operating at that time, sometimes it starts to tell us that now we are operating at mind and now we are operating at awareness. One of the key things in developing the awareness is to find a company of someone who is more enlightened. Because what happened, these enlightened souls are totally drenched into the ocean of awareness. When we sit in their company, they are so soaking that just by sitting we get wet. And that wetness, if depending on our receptivity, when we start to absorb it and walk on it and move in that direction, it's going to help us little by little. Just like, we always need a teacher. Even intellectually, when you see, we go to a school, we find a teacher, we learn from them, we absorb that learning, we pass the test, we go on. That happens in the material world. Same law is also for the awareness. Here is the difference though. In the awareness field, when we get into that, the more love and openness you put into, the more growth happens. And the growth happens on its own. And that is why we concentrate only on ourselves. Because the consciousness or the awareness is within us. That's why it is called self-awareness. And we are going from ourselves into our own treasure. And the only thing we are doing is, sometimes we are going this much deeper, this much deeper, this much deeper, this much deeper. As we start opening up and getting into it, the more we get into it, the more awareness comes to us. It manifests itself into us. And that is what we are looking for. If we don't know, we will never get to know what is the feeling of being happy. If we have never given something to someone, how do we know what is happiness? How to feel happiness? And some people you may find in your life that they are always angry. Why are they angry? Because there is no one who has ever helped them. Now when we meet them, and let us say we have experienced love or something, and they come out really mad at us, we go back and at our level, we sit down with them. We give them the love. I bet you it is a different experience for both of us. Because the other person has not experienced, we are also not experienced that how to treat a person who is angry. So after this experience, you will realize if you are able to cool off that person, he or she feels good. You feel good because you were able to help, and there is a feeling of enjoyment. I'm sure you can even try it and see that it goes this way. But it does. Now, that person who was angry, their level of awareness has gone up because of the experience. Your level of awareness has gone up because of the enjoyment you have felt, and it is not necessarily the same now which was an hour ago. It has become different. Just like I was sharing the example of the apple, the person who eats the apple knows what it is, and he can really share it. So once you have given and brought an angry person out of it, the enjoyment you have felt, you can share it with anyone. That falls into awareness. If we have said, oh, intellectually, this is what happened to you, and this is what happened to you, and that's why you are here, and that's why you are there, it will mentally able to satisfy them, but it will not take them out of that in the big arena of life, because life is based on incident after incident after incident after incident. Since we were young to today, how many incidents have happened, and how much clinging on to those incidents really matter to us today. We all realize, oh my God, when I was in high school and my grade was less and I was so crying over it, today I find like there was no need for it. So my level of awareness is different, right? That is how we need to develop our awareness. At a point, we find out when it keeps on growing higher and higher, and I think that would be our subject of discussion next time. We will start to see ourselves and the animals and the plants and the entire ecosystem, and we will start to relate our awareness to all the awareness around us, and we will see like we are part of that. Is it happening to us today? No. If it happens to some people, are they crazy? No. Is it possible? Yes, very much so. Because if you look at even a grass blade, it is standing, right? A cactus is standing. It's all thorns, but it is standing. It's living being. Although there are, rather than 5 elements, there are 2 elements. But those 2 elements are really powerful because they are coming from that ocean of awareness, wherever it is given so much to so many things, different ecosystem. And when you start realizing how the ecosystem is working, that's our own awareness. Have you noticed, sometimes we don't even notice how this is working, how the universe is working, because we are too busy. But as we intune ourselves, because this ocean is so big and this is the creator, we start looking, oh my God, this is so pretty, this is so pretty, this color is so pretty. You start looking at the flowers, you start relating to them. Now we are looking, although at the level of mind, because mind we have to use, but mind should not be the rider. Mind should be the horse. Because then, based on our awareness, we say we want to do this, mind does it. Mind has a use for it. But if the mind dictates, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, and our awareness is dying little in a corner, it's crying. Just like if you want all material of this world, your mind would not be satisfied. Because the nature of mind is discontentment. I want this today, I want this tomorrow, I want this. At the level of awareness, I am contented within myself. I don't care. I have this, that's good. If I don't have, I can live without it. It's okay. That's my awareness talking. That was my mind talking. If my mind was talking here and my awareness here, is it bad or is it good? That's not the issue. That's where it is. But once the awareness becomes higher and the mind is down below, you can do the enjoyment. You can feel the enjoyment, because now mind, you want to give somebody happiness. Mind is saying, I don't know if I should go, but it wants to go because it is following the universal law. It is saying the universal law is that when you give, it gets bigger. You are happy, 2 people are happy, 10 people are happy, and that becomes a snowball effect. And the thing is, like we have the network marketing here, The awareness also is network marketing. Why it is like that? Because once you make from 1 to 2 people happy, it's the law. According to the law, it comes back manifold. When those 2 people make some other 2 people happy, then they also make that group bigger and happier. Then you get the credits for it. Then they become happier, and that's how this all grows. Everybody, what are you doing? You are bringing everybody's awareness high. The awareness has virtues in it. It has the virtue of love, virtue of caring, virtue of kindness, compassion. These are the virtues, whereas mind sees my selfish interest. So that is how we differentiate. When are we increasing our awareness? When are we working at the level of mind? And self-awareness. That means we are trying to stay away from finding faults in A, faults in B, and faults in C. That's how I cannot grow. It is not your awareness, it's my awareness. It's a self-awareness. So I go back and see how I can make this person happy. How can I make myself happy even in a competitive environment? The message is not that when your awareness is higher, you go to an office environment, you still have to operate. But the benefit, when we all start to work at the level of awareness, because it is so much in communion with the universe, that we find that everything starts to cooperate with us, regardless of how much conditions we are in that are not in our favor. Even in our unfavorable conditions, we will find the things that we want to do, they get done. And we get surprised, and even the people get surprised. And the reason is just because of increase the awareness, our aura becomes loving, peaceful, very powerful. Whoever comes in that aura gets that kind of infection, which is a good infection. This is a good infection to spread. And then what happens, that kindness comes into them. So when somebody was always fighting, this is not my job, this is not my job, somebody comes and goes, you know what, I'm going to do it for you. And you go, okay, that's good. So what happened, that your awareness helped the other person's awareness to get lifted up. Is it bad? No, I don't think so. I think this is great if we can find some people to help each other. And then from 1 to 2, suddenly you find that the entire office is now helping each other. And somebody goes, what happened here? The level of awareness is increasing, because they brought down the cutthroat competition. They said, I'm going to help because that person helped me at that time, that person helped me at that time. So you are not helping your own awareness, but now the seed is growing bigger and bigger, and the fruits people are eating, and they are getting also bigger and bigger. So that is where you see your awareness going up and up and up and up. Is there a limit to self-awareness? Not really. Why? Because it is universal. It is coming from universal, which is a universe which is beyond and beyond. That is why it is called, because it is no end. As I mentioned, in the ocean, you go 1 inch deeper, 10 inches deeper, few yards deeper, I don't know how many meters deep, or miles deeper. Ocean has no end. You can go all the way to the end, especially the ocean of awareness. So as we grow more and more and more and more into that, we know our progress. The how to know that we are progressing into awareness, because the feelings of love, feelings of kindness becomes more and more prominent, whereas feeling or the calculative behavior of mind of winning start to go down. We already know that we are going into the awareness arena, which is very helpful to us. So we might come back and do a session on the awareness part 3, where we will discuss the awareness and how we are different from the animal kingdom, how we are going towards that, and how to raise our own consciousness. I'm very thankful to all of you. who have been watching these sessions so lovingly. I appreciate everybody's feedbacks to us, and remember that I love you all. And also, the most important, happiness is not too far. It is just looking into ourselves and trying to get into it, trying to know what it is all about. If we want to, we can go and see our website, which is drkors.com. You can go get more information on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/drkors. You can watch us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/drkors. You can watch our recorded messages, and also you can follow us on Twitter. Thank you so much. If you have your friends or your relatives who are interested in these, please do share with them so we can have our group bigger and bigger, because DKWS has a movement, and the movement is of love. It is of caring. It is of happiness, because happiness is not too far. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next week.